Good morning. Good morning, students. So yesterday I discussed objectives and goals. So today I explain objectives and goals with some suitable example. So what is a goal? What do you want? What do you want is a goal, and how do you want it is our objective. Okay. So the project. See here, the project will be successful if the objectives may differ from person to person. Now my screen is visible. So send a message or write a message in chat box. My voice is audible and the screen is visible to everyone. Hello, my voice is audible. Now screen is visible. Okay, okay. Okay. So repeat once again. I am repeating once again what is an object and what is a goal. What do you want is an goal and how do you want it is an objective. So the project will be successful if the objects may differ from person to person. Okay, differ from person to person. So here we are using the mnemonic SMART is used to describe the well-defined objectives. For well-defined objectives, we are using here SMART. SMART means S means specific, M means measurable, A means achievable, R means relevant, T means time. Okay. So what is specific? So choosing well-defined objectives for project, we call it as a specific. I will explain specific, measurable, achievable, relevant time all with an example. Next, come to the measurable. So effective measure should be taken for project success. For successful project, we have to take effective measures. Okay. Next one, achievable. It must be achieved by individuals and teamwork. Okay, and with the teamwork, it must be achievable with individual and with the teamwork. Next one, relevant. The object must be relevant to the project. Which you are working on the project, the object must be always relevant to the project. Next, time. There should be a defined point of time. The objective must be achieved. So we have to define the time to achieve the objectives. If there is no time limit, then it is not our that is not our completion of our goal. So we have to we should be defined point of time so that the objective must be achieved. Okay. So I'm explaining with an example. Okay. So for example, we are using SMART. So here specific. So regardless if it is professional or personal, we all struggle sometimes to achieve our goals. So many times our struggle is not because of lack of efforts, but rather how our goals have been structured. Okay. So anytime you set a goal, if you find yourself struggling while working towards a goal, keep it in mind the word SMART. So SMART can be used to help evaluate and structure to your goals. So when you write objectives of the goals, you must keep in mind SMART. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time. So must keep in mind SMART. So for example, for specific, first one, I want to choose for specific objective, get healthy. Get healthy is my goal, and next loss weight and lost 10 pound, 10 kgs. Okay, this is my specific. Get healthy, loss weight, and loss 10 kgs. These are my specifics. So in this, next we go to the step with measurable. How we measure we are achieve our goal. Here measurable determines what determines success, or some goals may be measured by simple yes or no. For example, the goal of climbing to the top of a mountain. If we reach to the top of the mountain, the goal is successful. So these are the these type of goals may be measured by simple yes or no. Okay. Sometime another example, while other goals are better measured by using metrics such as the goal to lose 10 kgs. So how we know we lost our weight 10 kgs? So this is the key to measurement is making sure that in whatever way the goal is measured, so it accurately reflects the success. So how we measurable our weight? So if we have any weighting machine, it is easy to get the weight. Okay. So for instance, if you do not have any access to, so for instance, if you do not have access to scale, then measuring weight loss will be difficult and less accurate. Okay. So here, if we don't have any weighting machine, by weighting by and for example, if you have that any weighting machine is difficult, that the result will be less accurate. So an alternate measure maybe to track how many inches you have lost around the waist. So but to what extent does this accurately reflect the goal? So if you do not have any weighting machine, so check your waist with some tape or scale. Okay, but this is very less accurate. Okay, so without access to reliable way of measuring weight, we may want to consider buying a scale or restructuring our goal. Okay, understand? So for measurable here, we uh, for accuracy, we are using here weighting machine. Otherwise, by using a scale or any tape, check your waist for every week. If it increases or decreases, then you calculate your loss of weight. Okay. Next one, achievable. So, what is our action plan? Do we have the resources and capabilities required to achieve success? So to achieve our success, is there any resources for that to achieve that success or not? We have to check. Also, we have to check well-defined goals provide clarity of actions. If the action required to achieve a goal are unclear or there are a large number of actions, so that need to take, and we should consider breaking down the main goal into manageable, actionable subgoals. If the if you want to achieve our goal, we split the goal into some parts. It is easy to calculate that how we achieve our goal. So the goal is split into three goals: goal one, goal two, goal three. Okay, first goal we have to arrange our equipments for the loss weight, and next goal two is exercise, for doing exercise to decrease our weight. So these are comes under achievable. So next one, relevant. So in isolation, any single goal is relevant, but in life we most often are in the process of pursuing multiple goals. So in our life we are concentrated not single goal, we are concentrated on multiple goals. So a common issue we face here is having too many goals at same time or pursuing the wrong goals. Within this mind, we need a mechanism to help us monitor our goals to make sure we are pursuing our most relevant goals at any given moment in time. So every time we have to check how much we are achievable our goal. Okay. So for that purpose, we have to monitor daily how much we are achievable our goal, how much we are achieve our goal. So for that we have to check monitor every day. Okay. Last one, the last thing is time bound. So we want to make sure is that goals are time bounded. So by including a specific date by which a goal should be accomplished, it helps provide incentives and allowance to monitor progress. So we have to, for example, the goal is to lose 10 kgs and the loss of weight 10 kgs within 10 weeks. So this is the time bound. So 10 weeks I want to lose my weight 10 kgs. So this is the time limit. Every week we have to check your weight after doing all exercises and related activities. Then every week you have to check your weight by machine or weighting machine or scale or any other tape. For every week you have to check your weight. After 10 weeks, if you lost your weight 10 kgs, your goal is success, or you reach your goal. Okay. These are the objectives and goals of the project. So, does everyone understand? Or anybody has any doubt regarding objective and goals? Write a message in chat box. I will explain. Otherwise, I go to next topic. Project planning. See the flow chart here. Total we have 10 steps. So project planning by stepwise procedure. So step 0 to step 10. Okay. Step 0 is select the project. Next at the same parallelly we have to identify the project objectives. At the same time identify the project infrastructure parallelly. After you select the project parallelly, you have to identify project objectives, at the same time project infrastructure. Then we have to go with analyzing project characteristics. After analyzing the project characteristics, we have to go for the identify products and activities. So everyone visible? Everyone visible this flowchart? Next we go for estimate effort for activity. After identifying the products, then we have to estimate how much price is required or how much cost is required to effort for that activity. After estimate effort, then we have to go for identity activity risk. So identity activity risk. So is there any risk regarding that effort? Then we have any risk for each activity we are checking risk. If there is no risk, then we go to the allocate resources. Then we are allocating resources. So after allocating resources, then we go to for the review. So after review, we go for execute plan. After execution, you have go to the lower level planning. So is any lower level details, then we have to go for again review. Then we go for, so here is a, see here there is a cycle here for 5, 6, 7 steps. Is any allocate resources are required or any review. So we go for other go to the step 5 and we also clarify here. Then we go to step 6 and step 7, step 8. If all the reviews is good, then we execute the plan. After execution, we go to the lower level planning. So all of you must remember this flow chart. So project planning, this flow chart is very important. So today I just briefly explain what is identify projects, and then tomorrow I will explain with example. I will explain with taking uh, some example college or college, and I will explain all these steps according to our project. Okay. So first go to select project. So how to select project? So there must be some process by which the project to be executed was selected. So how the project which the project to be executed was selected in step one. So in step one we select a project, means we plan on one project. So project is temporary, so we plan a project in step 0. Then we go to identify the project objectives. So it is important that at the outset the main stakeholders are aware of the precise objectives of the project. So here we have to concentrate on stakeholders. Stakeholders are three types. I already explained in last class. Internal stakeholder, uh, external stakeholder, external to the stakeholder, external to the project but it's same organization, and external to both project and organization. So we take main concentrate on stakeholders are all aware of the precise objective of the project. So here we have to concentrate on objectives. So how we select object by using smart. Okay, by using smart we are selecting the objectives. So here by choosing objectives, do not choose unwanted objectives. So we have to choose regarding relating to the relation to the our project only. Don't choose unwanted objectives. Only those objectives are related to our project is only we have to choose. Next one, identify the project structure or project infrastructure. After identify project objectives, at the same time parallelly we have to identify the project infrastructure. So this may not be a significant step where you are working on in-house or house project in a very familiar environment where the project is being carried out for external clients, then you may need to investigate the characteristics of the environment in which the project is to be carried out. So you have to take all these type of responsibilities and also identify project structure. So what are the hardware and software requirements are needed, and what are the configurations of the hardware and the system softwares, and also we have to check we are already have some existing systems existing network or systems. So already we have some existing system network or existing systems user have. So here we have to check first one, we have any existing systems or network or existing users. So we have our existing computers already users has to use those computers. So is any what are the changes required for that system, we will check. So because we utilize only those systems to identify the project activities. If the existing system is okay, then we install our software in existing systems, then we have to start our work. Okay, if there is no existing systems, we have to create new systems and also new users and also new configurations. So then we will check all the system configuration. Then we have to then we will concentrate on doing work on identify project objectives. Okay, so identify product infrastructure means you have to check hardware or software activities and other software related, all these comes under identity project infrastructure. Next, go to analyze the project characteristics. So different types of project will need different technical and management approaches. Everybody know. So for example, if you want to do so for example, if you want some software embedded in for want to do a project in software embedded industrial equipment. So this requires different set of methods. So this is not this is so different from the implement a business information system. So related to information system business, these software embedded equipment is different from the business information system. So for embedded systems, you need some equipments. So here for a business, we need only computers, but here we need some multiprocessor kit sets for embedded system, software embedded. For business information system, we use only computer. So here analyze project means different types of project will need different technical management approaches. For software embedment, it needs some other different technical approaches, and business purpose, it needs some other different technical approaches. So in step after completion of step 1 and step 2, we will go for 1 minute. Okay, after step 1 and step 2, we go for analyze project. So we will not invest at a time for the project in analyze the project. First of all, we will analyze small project. Okay, not so we will not at a time invest for the overall project. First of all, we will analyze small project. If it is success, we will add new features on that project. Okay. So first we have plan a small project. If it's success, we will add new features on that project. So next one, identify products and activities. So for example, I am using the activities cloud computing. Okay, by using cloud, I identify the product and I'm using some of the activities in cloud computing. For example, if you use mobile app, so mobile app, we are using mobile app activity by using Android or Windows or iOS. For Apple phones, iOS. So for depending upon that our activity, the estimation effect will be increase or decrease. For example, by using mobile app for Android, effort increases. So estimation effort increases for iOS. For Windows or Android as compared to iOS, it effort is means estimation effort is decreased as compared to Apple software iOS. Okay. Next, after estimation effect, we will go for. Okay, 1 minute. So after estimation effort, we will go for identify activity. So first step 4, identify product and activities. With software projects, it is best to start by listening the projects, both deliverable and intermediate, to be created. So the activities need to create the products can be identified. Already I explained with an example by using mobile app or cloud computing or mobile app. In mobile app there are Android support or Windows support or iOS. So identify the product and activities. Next, estimation effort will depending upon the identity products and activities. For Android and Windows, it will cost same price. Effort is same. for we will go for iOS, the effort, estimation effort will increase. So we have to identify the estimate the effort. After identify product, we have to estimate the effort. Then we go for identify activity risks. So go for identify activity risk. So after, for example, I am using mobile banking app. So what is the risk? If the user want to transact some amount to other person or other account, so transaction failed. So they what? So once transaction failed, what are the problem for the user? How much failure is severe? We have to check. So identify activities. We have to check the risk once the transaction failed. How much user will affect? How the user will affect? How he retrieve that amount in his account? How many days he required to retrieve his amount in his account? So we identify risk after transaction failed. What are the problems for the user? We have to we have to calculate different types of, or we have to identify different types of risk related to the transaction failed. So once transaction failed, if it is a number of the problem will not solve, so you neglect this type of activity, then we estimate another technology or another method. If the risk continuously going on, so we have to neglect this, then we have to go for another estimation. If the risk is less, then we have to go for allocate resources. Okay, we have to concentrate on allocate resources. So identify activity risk in this having access to the amount of effort and the elapsed time for project. The reasons why these must be vary during the actual execution of the project needed to be considered. Before execution, we have to check what are the risks for the user. So where there is a very high risk of additional effort or time being needed, then the uh, action to reduce this risk may be formulated or neglected. If the risk is continuously going on, then you have to neglect that and go for another activity. Okay, then we have to go for allocate resources. After completion of identity activity risk, then we have to go for allocate resources. With software project, these resources will mainly be staff, but could be equipment, etc. For allocate, we have providing staff and also we are providing systems. After all these, we have to allocate resources for doing that project. Then we have to go for review or plan. So we are taking reviews from people or experts. So it is not good having a plan if no one knows about it. So if you have different plan that nobody knows about it, so it is difficult to review. So if you choose plan, everybody can understand your plan. Next, we have concentrate on execute plan. Then we have to go for execution plan. Okay. Then we have to go for lower level planning. So uh, in lower level planning, not all of a project, especially when it is large, can be planned in detail at the outset. Not all the information needed to plan. The latter stages will be available at the beginning. For example, for software development, cannot be broken down into price subtasks with realistic target times until more is known about what design of the system is known. So for lower planning, we have to choose detailed with stakeholders or any problem reviews. So we have to deal with stakeholders or employers, or if any problem, review again. If any problem occurs, review again. We have to deal with stakeholders, means those who are working on our project. Is need any improvement for that project? We are concentrate on stakeholders or employees to fulfill their tasks related to our project. Okay, these are the steps for project planning. So does everyone understand? Anybody has any doubt regarding stepwise planning? So here see 5, 6, 7, 8 are it's a cycle. So see here. So first we have to select the project, then identify the project objectives. Already I told you objectives are identified by synonym mnemonic SMART. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time. Then you have to identify the project infrastructure. So is what are the hardware and software requirements are. Then if you have any existing systems or existing users, yeah, what are the changes required for that systems? We will check all these in identify project infrastructure. Okay, so in identify infrastructure, we have already some existing infrastructure is there. So if you have changes or if you update any modification, then we have use only those types of system. No need to buy new systems or new users to work for that project. Only we have to extend or update the existing softwares. It is for that identify project object. Both are selected in parallel only. After project selection, parallelly we have to identify the project objectives, and also at the same time we have to identify the project infrastructures. Next, analyze the project. After completion of the step 1 and step 2, we will not invest at a time for the project. First of all, we will analyze the small project. If it is success, we will add new features on that project. Okay, so we will not invest at a time for the overall project. First, we have to analyze the small project. Then we have new features on that project. After completion of analyzing project characteristics, we have to go for identify product and activities. So identify product activities. For example, I am using cloud computing, or I want to develop project related to mobile app for Android or Windows, for Apple iOS. So I want to identify some of the Android or Windows or iOS. So depending upon the identify product and activities, estimation effort for may increase or decrease. For Windows and Android, the estimation effort is constant, but when we are using iOS for Apple phones, the estimation effect is more as compared to Android and Windows. Okay, next, go for identify activity risk. So after estimation effort, for example, I am using in estimation, I am using identify products, mobile banking app. So here the transaction failed. So one user has got a transaction failed message. So what are the problems for the user and how much failure is severe? We have to check in identify activity risk. Okay. So we have to check different types of risk regarding the our product activities, we have to check different types of identify activities or different types of risk. Then we have to, after all above steps, we have to go for allocate resources. So after completion of identify risk,